Hello everyone, welcome back to OTC Fish Keeper. And this week I had planned to set up a 20-gallon tank and put some cool new fish in there for you. But as it turns out that whenever the pet store, in this case PetSmart, tells you they're going to have certain fish in on a certain day, don't just drive up there to get it, because luckily I did not. I called first and then they said, oh no, we don't have it this week, we'll have it next week. Now, whether or not they're going to have it, we'll see. I'm definitely going to call first. But I was still able to get the 20-gallon tank set up. This is the one I got a week or two ago for free, with the angelfish and the silver dollars, the black tetras, the blue gourami were all in this tank, which is a little bit crowded for those size and that many of fish. I think they're much happier now and they're much bigger tank. Now I got them in 120 gallons, so I added 100 gallons to what they were in. But this tank should be really nice for what I'm going to put in here, and you're going to have to wait till next week to see what that is. Hopefully, if PetSmart comes through. But in the meantime, I was able to get the tank set up, and what I'm going to do in this tank, the fish that are going in there are going to be live bears, so now you already know they're pretty small, but it is a 20-gallon tank as well, so that's kind of a clue in that same direction there. But another tank that I had picked up for free, they told me it was a 20-gallon tank, and I set this tank next to it and realized that it wasn't a 20-gallon, it's a 15-gallon. But it has the same width and length as the 20-gallon. So as it turns out, I'm going to be able to fit that very nicely underneath this tank. And I'll show you that space right here now. So just underneath the 20-gallon, there's room for another tank. And since I got my electrical sockets right there, I'll set up a 15-gallon there. Now, right now, the 20-gallon, as you can see, is oops, it's not very organized yet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it look even less organized. I'm going to put some plants that'll float in there, much like I've done in the guppy tanks, where I have just protective cover everywhere for babies, because my goal with these new fish is going to be to try to get some babies out of them. So we'll see how that works out. And now, as for the 15-gallon tank, let's go downstairs and take a look at that. Okay, now here's the 15-gallon tank, and as you can see, what I've done is I've set the tank up here right by the drain so that I could test the tank to see if it actually holds water. This tank was also free, and this was sitting in somebody's attic for a while, so I don't know how long it was there, whether or not it held water when he put it there. So I had to be very careful to make sure that this held water successfully before I put it someplace like my living room, which is where it's going to go. Now eventually I'm going to set all these tanks up down here in the fish room, but I have to finish with the work here in the fish room first, so that might take a while. Now I've filled this up for about 3 or 4 days. I'm getting ready to drain it. Now when you go to drain it, don't just dump it over, because the walls cannot take it and the edges cannot take it. You'll end up breaking your tank. Water weighs about 8 pounds per gallon, so we've got 15 gallons in here, so that's about 120 pounds of water. And you don't want to just put all that pressure just on the one edge of the tank or on the glass on this side. Drain the tank first and then move it to where you want it to go. If you tip it over, you're gonna lose a tank for sure. Now this one is obviously holding water well, so I'm going to take that one upstairs, and in the meantime I've got a 55-gallon tank that I haven't tested yet that is actually sitting on my workbench, and I'm going to set that one up next and see if it holds water. That one was actually underneath somebody's porch outside for I don't know how long, and when it was given to me it was completely full of mud and just caked up, just looked terrible. But it was relatively easy, clean, just get there and scrub it. But that's another tank that I picked up for completely for free. And later on we'll build some stands for that one and the other 55 gallons I have and put those up down here too. And then since I've got you guys here today, take one more quick peek at the Oscar tank, now with the microfiber filter in there. And what a difference it has made. Oh my gosh, it is absolutely spotless. The Oscar's a little freaked out because I just turned the lights on him. But yeah, this tank has totally cleaned up, completely spotless. Just crazy impressive. And at the same time, since silver dollars are so high strung and they like to have places to hide, I went ahead and put a couple of plants in the 120. Not real plants, of course, fake plants, but they seem to be getting along pretty good. Everybody seems to like the plants. I've even seen the angelfish hide behind them a little bit when they were freaked out. Everybody's still doing fantastic in this tank. As you can see, the tetras are schooling really nicely. I just love that schooling effect. That was something I wanted whenever I got one of these bigger tanks. The two black skirt tetras that I got with that 20-gallon really seem to bring the school together. I don't know if it's because they're older and bigger, I don't know, but whatever it is, they're really loving those black skirt tetras in there. Okay, and thanks for coming along for another quick ride through the OTC Fish Caper fish room here. Still haven't got it nearly where I want it. Kind of difficult with work these days, but training a whole new crew, so as soon as they get on board, hopefully I'll have some free time. I'll be able to come down here and really get some work done, and then we'll really turn this into an awesome fish room. I still haven't set up this extra 125-gallon tank I've got sitting here, but I don't want to set up too much with the work we're going to be doing in the room because everything's just going to get in the way. Even these guys make me a little nervous, but I got a nice big tarp I can put over the top of them while we're doing any work around them. So up here on the ceiling we've got just a little bit of work here, and we're going to do some work up here as well. So until then, I'm just going to stick with these two. See you guys next time. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and be sure to hit that notification button so you can see our future progress. All right, see you next time.